So if you haven't already, and if you consider, why not pick up a Stuart mug? Crazy characters that Stuart does.
This came from Marnie when she was here, and that's going to be Sexuality's new shirt, because I can't keep wearing the dress. And I lost the dress for a good 2 weeks. How did I lose a dress? I do not know. We are talking about mental health awareness, what we do ourselves in order to take time for ourselves, recenter ourselves, get away from the voices. I've been growing a beard for Movember, which is the month of November where we highlight men's health in aid of raising awareness or funds. It's usually to do with prostate and testicular cancer, anything. And when it comes to mental health, it's not just a month, it is every day. It is something we need to raise awareness more and more for people.
We are also doing is lapel, and where are you? Yeah. Testing out these Rode Wireless 2s, because we are making a another video where, like I said, Sexuality wears that shirt and he tries to go raise his standards in his relationships. So he goes into the water and he's like, I am raising my standards. You're going into the water. I have raised my standards. Of course, me being me, I forgot my tripod, so I'm going to have to place you on a couple of books, but product placement. It's actually a really cool shot. Look at that. When I tell you there was an overwhelming number and such a lovely response of people sharing what they do, I wouldn't be able to get through all the videos because there were so many. This one is great. I'm not sure about antagonizing me, but escaping through books. I mean, so many of us do that, so many of us still do it. Do you have a favorite book series yourself? If you do read, that you escape in, or a favorite movie that you watch that helps? Mine used to be Harry Potter. I used to find solace in those books. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I read Climaxing. Yeah. That's good too. I don't think people realize the powerful effects that even jotting your thoughts down can have on your mental state. I mean, it's not so much a case that you can figure stuff out, but it's almost like because it's laid out in front of you, it seems a lot more evident, the important things, and a lot more feasible, the things that need to get done. I like lists. I like making lists more than I like proceeding to actually complete the lists, if that makes sense. I journaled quite a lot, extensively. I have about 10 journals at home, leather bound. I used to love buying journals to write in them, to write my thoughts, and I used to do these very, very structured questions every day, every evening. And I stopped. And I will say I need to get back into it. This is a declaration I will. After this, I will start journaling again. To self-evaluate and critique is probably one of the hardest things we can do for ourselves, because we can go very insular and we can demonize a lot of what we do, and we can demoralize ourselves because we're constantly chipping away. To do it in a constructive way is a very, very difficult but powerful thing to do. To be able to move on and say, fine, I'm not the best, but we're going to keep working on myself. Alrighty then. Again, each to their own. I'm not sure if I'm reading this right, because ignoring one's self and issues doesn't seem like the best course of action, and trying to deflect by helping other people. We all have friends, we all know people. We are probably those people who would much prefer to fix everyone else's problems, fix the world, before we try to fix ourselves. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with this one. Whatever it takes to keep us alive. And to be honest, it is your life. You can do whatever you want, but do what makes you happy. As long as that happiness doesn't come at the cost of other people's happiness. If we have responsibilities, you know, we need to take action for those, but that's a brilliant statement. Do what helps, what keeps us alive. It's got a proper name, I can't remember it, but it's where we set the intention, but it's not actually grounded in a place of focus. So if you were to set, like incentivize what you want to do, like you want to meditate and journal, I'm the same, I want to do it, but if you be more specific, I'm going to journal from X, Y, and Z time, I'm going to meditate for X, Y, and Z minutes. And then if you give yourself an incentive, and usually a negative one is a very good instigator to make you want to stay at something. Like tell someone that you're going to do this, and if you fail or you don't do it in a certain number of times, you've got to give money to like a charity you don't want to give money to, or not like a charity, but like just something you don't want to give money to, or you have to do something ridiculous for this person. Do you get me? Yeah, I need to do this. She felt like I was slowly turning to try and be with the camera, but I feel this too much. It's something that I've had to deal with as well, and it's hard. It's very hard, and then we like play it off. I call it sedation, and what am I sedating? Half the time I don't know, and I think it's just the turmoil of not being good enough, but I don't know who I'm not being good enough to, if that makes sense. Better ways. There are better ways. I had a friend who would specifically go for runs or walks or hikes, but what they would say was, you know, like they're going to go so far and they're going to keep on going and they're going to keep on going to, you know, get out of their head, get away from stuff. And they're going to keep going until they can't go any further. And then they're going to have to realize that they have to come all the way back. I think fitness and running in particular, especially if you run in nature, is a great way to process without even realizing your process, because you're so focused and in a state of flow. When you get to like that runner's high, there is nothing better than a runner's high. I used to love it. I was a terrible runner, like absolutely horrible form. I feel like my hair's getting bigger. Running's a good one. Exercise in general, but definitely running. And I hate running, but I'm an advocate for it. Getting out of an environment that at that point in time is, you know, either causing you or is in relation to why you feel the way you feel is very good. I appreciate this one a lot. I remember there was a time in college where I got very, very bad. And I didn't leave my room for like 7 days. I didn't have to. It had an ensuite. But I didn't leave my room for a week. And I called in sick from work and I didn't go to college. And it's weird, because that room was my safe space, and yet it became a cage. Getting out is really good. Again, especially in nature. At the lake. No judgment. It's hard. It is very, very hard, and especially when you become dependent on it. Alcohol, drinking, taking stuff, medication, fitness, nutrition is very hard when you become dependent on something to help you stay in not so much a state of sanity, but a state of feeling like you're in control. Because that's all we want to be, in control of our happiness. And we do what we can, and we strive for, and we latch on to things that will make us feel that way. And it is very scary when you don't feel that anymore. Yeah. Definitely feel this one. I think that's why I started coming to Lake. It was to like help me get over like a certain fear. But I was avoiding the responsibilities of, you know, living through a pandemic. Avoidance in general, though. It's always easier to put stuff off until tomorrow, but it makes tomorrow a hell of a lot harder. Talking to the king at procrastination. Today, right now, so I woke up and I knew I had to make this vlog, and I knew I had to do the sexuality into the water video. And what did I do? I cleaned and scrubbed my house. I set up everything to journal. I wrote on my sober board. I scrubbed. When I say scrubbed, I scrubbed the house. I went and did shopping. I went and got petrol. I did everything. I drove all around the lake to go to like just a cheap place to get my petrol rather than come here. Avoidance king. I will find and deflect, but then you need to bite that bullet. You can't avoid it forever. It's a lot easier when you don't. Or my personal opinion. Hey, congratulations. You mad yoke. I was just checking my phone. I need to film. Stop avoiding it. I need to film the other bit of this video. Hopefully while, you know, there's no one here and they see me wearing the yellow tank top in the lake. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do for my evening. Congratulations on running the half marathon. Jesus. You can be productive in this sense. You're unstoppable. The emotional capacity and mental fortitude to sit with your feelings is so difficult and powerful. Wow. I do this a lot. I disappear when I need to go insular a lot, you know, where something like the gym or art or swimming won't help, where I need to just be with myself and my thoughts, like the previous question. Sometimes we need that time to heal ourselves, and that's okay, so we can give more to other people. It's a difficult process to go through, but if you need to take time away from people, do it. Thing I always say is do what's best for you, for your mental health. Have a good day. Oh, it's hair. I thought it was like a mustache. I was going to do that. So that's going to be the end of this vlog. If you haven't already, press those buttons, like, comment, subscribe, press them down here. Do it now. In terms of mental health advocacy, I'm trying to find out how I can be happy. And maybe if I learn some things that help me, it might help someone else. You know? Movember is raising awareness for men's health, but mental health is everyone's battle. We all go through it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to show you a little clip of what I'm doing for sexuality's bit. Like, that'll be at the end here, but have a good day. Peace. Actually, that was absolute lies. So if you haven't already, and if you consider, why not pick up a Stuart mug, an Irish mammy, all the crazy characters that Stuart does. The artist is Ima, goes by Satvego on Instagram. It's amazing, and I love it. Yeah, it's all my kinds of crazy. Have a good day. I haven't even got in yet, and this is shit. On second thought, being alone is also fine.